Good afternoon. I'm seated alone at the coffee shop and just looking out at the drizzle. It's a rainy day today, I think. And the topic that I'm keen to talk about today is intangible cultural heritage and climate change. These two things, I suppose, have a very intimate relationship. What happens when the climate changes? What are the potential impacts it has on the intangible aspects of people's culture and heritage? We are quite familiar with things like global warming, rising sea levels. These are the two often talk about things related to climate change. In the discussions on climate change, we often talk about these two things. And we also often mention and get into discussions of a few more things like climate change, adaptation and mitigation. So I began to be rather interested in this topic about 2 years ago. What does climate change has got to do with the intangible aspects of people's heritage and culture? The tangible aspects of cultural heritage is the one that we talk about slightly more, while the intangible part of people's culture and heritage has received more and more attention. Maybe in the last 10 over years. The intangible aspects of people's culture and heritage include things like language, rituals, traditions, ideas, knowledge, and probably a few more things. When we look at climate change, we are talking about the disappearance or the loss of resources that could be caused about by things like rising temperatures, that could be caused about by resource scarcity, brought about by global warming. When we talk about climate change, we are also talking about relocation of people, relocation of groups of people because of rising sea levels, for example. People living near coastlines are said to potentially be severely impacted throughout the next half a century. Coastlines have changed. More and more people who live in the coastlines have moved. And when groups of people move, what we will get from time to time is the loss of cultures. Because when people move, they take away with them traditions, rituals. The disappearance of groups of people in one place actually means that certain things will no longer be around. So there's a very close relationship between climate change and the intangible aspects of people's culture. And this is a very short live podcast sharing. And if you have any comments or feedback, I presume that this live sharing will probably make its way to YouTube. You can look me up. Have a good rest of the day and have a good week.